Growing up, the happiest days of my life were spent on the water, enjoying the bays and the marsh of the South. I enjoy revisiting those days.
The Inshore Angler with Mike Dyess.
This is my kind of day.
As a youngster, Mike Dyess liked to wade fish. His mother just wanted him to remove his shoes before he went in the water. He seldom did. These days, Mike races across the salt water in the comfort of a dry boat. Jim Lemke grew up across the Gulf of Mexico from Mike's home in Houston, Texas. His childhood was spent exploring the waters around Davis Island. 20 years in the same place breeds familiarity. Jim is familiar with nearly every mangrove, channel, and flat that leads from his home to Tampa Bay. Tampa has grown into one of Florida's premier cities. It's a vibrant metropolis where concrete and steel overlook turquoise water and white sandy beaches.
As I drive around this area, I see 3 cosmopolitan cities, and all of them surround Tampa Bay, which is truly one of the fine fishing places in the world. This is a perfect example of people having access to some wonderful fishing. It is absolutely a sportsman's paradise.
It's a place where inshore angling means tarpon, redfish, and snook.
There he is. He ain't no biggin', but he's a snook.
He's after it.
Come here, buddy.
I tell you what, even a 2-pound little snook still pulls like a 7-pound largemouth.
Tell you what, good drag is worth his weight in gold. Whoa.
Get on him.
This kind of reminds me of when I was growing up. Going out there and watch you caught. Anybody can catch him this way. He ain't no big guy, but he's a guy.
Yep. Those are the fun ones to catch at first.
He's a little racehorse.
At least the skunk broke off him.
All right, little blade. The drag really worked good on him. You don't really need a whole lot of tight drag here. Now, you get up in those mangroves, you tighten this sucker down.
Yep.
This drag system is superior. It really is.
The guys from Texas are a great group of guys, especially Mike. He is a real good guy. He knows what he's doing. Their fishing over there is a lot like our fishing over here. The only bad thing is he uses that swivel. I've been trying to get rid of that habit of the swivel. We tie line to line over here, but other than that, he can fish, except I think our fishing over here is better.
Yeah.
Another little line sighter.
Come on, buddy.
Stay on.
Come on now. Coming at me. I believe that's the reason I'm getting slack. Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice snook.
He's a dandy. Dandy.
Ooh.
Jim gives me a lot of grief about using the swivel. When I started out fishing, I couldn't afford fluorocarbon for leaders. You could use a swivel down on the Gulf Coast out of Galveston and Port O'Connor because of different water clarity. What do you think he weighed? 7, 8 pounds?
Oh yeah, he's a fat, healthy fish.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
probably close to 29 inches, 28 inches.
Yeah, something like that. Boy, they nail them, you know? They're just vicious.
Oh, they are.
I mean,
It's bass on steroids right there.
that's exactly right.
Can't beat them.
That's right.
Just gotta watch out for those gill plates though.
Yeah.
These gill plates right here, like a serrated knife. They'll cut you to the bone when they flop around their head. Your leader hits that, instant gone.
Jim is a gentle soul who fell in love with fishing when he was 6. Beneath his relaxed demeanor and constant smile is a passion for his sport. He didn't fish to be accomplished. He became accomplished by doing what he loves.
Ah, there he is.
Ho! A little better fish.
Yeah, a little better.
He's jerking on your line now.
Yeah, he is.
See what this one looks like.
I'll be dancing with you now.
Get out of the way here. Oop, pardon me. Yeah, buddy. That's a keeper. Jim Lemke is probably your better known guy in the Tampa Bay area. I've fished with a lot of people over the years, and all of them been fine guys, and all of them are characters, and Jim's no exception. He is truly the guru of Tampa Bay. What do you think that fish will weigh?
Probably 5-6 pounds.
What makes Tampa Bay such a great place to come and go fishing is you can go out by boat, you can go by land. It's just a very accessible place. These snook, how they feel are the lateral line, so they can feel the bait, sense it.
How big do you think that fish is?
26 and a half, 27. Get this bad boy back in the water. Snook don't go too much further north than Tampa Bay. They get them all the way down through Florida, down Puerto Rico, all the way down into Costa Rica. They're subtropical fish.
Large schools of snook were a rarity along the Gulf Coast not all that long ago. The resurgence of a species when Inshore Angler returns.
Inshore Angler is brought to you by Shakespeare Fishing, over 100 years of excellence in fishing. Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Cajun Red Lightning, get the red line. Ugly Stick, ugly to the bone.
Jim and Mike grew up on opposite coasts of the Gulf of Mexico, but they share a love of inshore fishing. They hook snook, tell stories, and try to convince each other it's not the size of the fish that counts, it's the experience.
The technique that we're using for catching snook, we're going to use some live bait, like a 1/0 hook to a 30-pound fluorocarbon leader, 10-pound test. So we're going to throw some top water for them and stuff, and we're just going to go out and see how it's going to work. Nice snook.
He's a beauty.
Popping right next to the boat.
He nailed it, babe. He crushed it.
Boy's taking me down the shoreline. Coming right back at the boat.
Well, you got me,
Do I got you?
I think.
Yeah, here. Let me
Am
just
I
go.
under you?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
There you go.
There we go.
We're clear. This looks like to be a real good snook right here.
That's a good snook, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
If you hook a good snook fishing up against the mangroves, those snook will just run right into the mangroves, and you got to be able to pull them out. And that 30-pound leader is going to help you with the mangrove roots, but also it's going to help you on those gill plates. Looks like he's barely hooked. Look at this thing's like it's like a little freight train here, boy. This thing's got a little bit of shoulders on it. That's a nice one. That hook just fell right out. That's a good snook there. Big, fat, healthy fish.
It's hard to fathom what a 40-pounder would feel like.
Oh, I know. It's
I mean,
amazing.
it's just amazing. Those things get so big, and they fight even though they're small.
Oh,
Relatively
I know.
small.
They do. These things are amazing. This is probably a 10-pound fish.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a Jim Dandy right there.
Kind of one of the unique things about snook fishing is chumming for snook. It's like giving candy to a bunch of 6-year-olds. You just want to make sure you have a bait ready and throw it right on top of one of those areas. And once you start seeing those pops, and boom, you should be on. Oh. Something big, large, and in charge. Just nailed this thing as I was reeling it in. And I'm hoping it's a big snook going down the shoreline. Let's hope this is a big old snook. He probably pulled out 75 yards of line on that first run. There he goes again. It's actually kind of feeling like a redfish almost.
Sure does. Look at him pull you down.
It's either a big, huge Jack Crevalle or a big old redfish. right, here it comes, whatever it is. Oh, it's a big old snook.
All right.
Another big snook. Look at the size of this bad boy.
Good Lord. Woo!
This is the fish you're supposed to be catching, Mike.
Must not be holding my mouth right.
This is a nice fat snook. A bunch of years ago, back when they banned the nets and the commercial fishing out of Tampa Bay, the redfish stocks were down, a lot of the mullet stocks were down, and since that's happened, the fishery in Tampa Bay is just booming. Now that's a Tampa Bay snook. Nice, big, healthy, probably 14-pound snook. Look at the mouth on that thing. Big old bucket mouth.
He's a pretty good sized fish. In fact, he's a monster.
Yep, beautiful fish. Since they banned the nets, the snook are getting bigger with the new laws. Tampa's probably one of the better places in the world to catch a snook.
As an adult, Mike has grown to appreciate snook fishing, but his fondest memories are of fishing for reds on the Texas coast. Home may be a distance, but the past is never far away when Inshore Angler returns.
In the Field with Mike Dyess is brought to you by Ugly Stick, ugly to the bone.
Mike Dyess and Jim Lemke are two men who have lived their lives with fishing rods and reels in hand. They fish the waters of Tampa Bay in their dry boat, a luxury they didn't have as kids. Back then, all they needed was light tackle, shallow water flats, and a little bait. On this day, they fish like kids again.
Look at that ray. See him?
Yep.
That's one of the things I like about wade fishing. It's so quiet and peaceful, and when you least expect it, boom, fish is on.
I've seen something pop up. It looked like some redfish.
Yeah, I saw it too. Boy, he's pulling like a big fish.
Woohoo! Drag screaming fun. What we're doing here, we're chasing these redfish. These guys over here helped us out getting on these fish. He was nice enough to let us in and catch a few of these. So we're just trying to catch a few. Tell you what, this little ugly stick here, it's got a bend in it. Oh yeah, look at this bad boy. Nothing like fighting redfish on light tackle.
You got that right. You got to love catching those reds.
Oh yeah. See, look at this other, look at that big herd coming up right there.
He's a chunk.
Right here is a Tampa Bay redfish. A great variety. These things are a blast. They're fun to catch. See how silver these are? The reason why they're silver is because of all the sand over here. They're laying up on the sand, so they change colors to match the habitat. If they're in the grass, they'd be a lot darker. So, you know, you gotta have at it, have fun. Let's get this guy unhooked and go get another one.
Let's go get another one.
All right, we're gonna release this guy now. Stick him in the water, work him back and forth a little bit. Hopefully on Saturday, I'll come back here and win $20,000 with that fish.
Wade fishing Tampa Bay reminds me kind of like when I was a kid. There's all kinds of ways of fishing, but wade fishing is how I cut my teeth. Take light tackle, stop on any shoreline, and just start wading from ankle deep to waist deep. It's really a release for me, and it's a great way to tackle a lot of fish on light tackle. Got one. Looks like I'm gonna have to get ugly. I got him. Tell you what, this rod just whips the dog out of it. I mean, it's excellent. Excellent matchup here. It's an ugly stick, but it's light. He's a dude. It's amazing to me the amount of fishing that a man can do if he just gets out and get in the water. You know something about outdoors? Just right out your back door. Right out of your back door. That's a 4 or 5 spotter. Whoa, not under.
Look at that big bad boy.
He's just about had it.
Mike's a real good guy. Hopefully we can get back together and do some more fishing. Definitely enjoyed fishing with him.
Oh man, a 5 spotter. Isn't that great? I'm telling you, doesn't get any better. It doesn't. Maybe my misspent youth paid off, huh? It's a dirty job. Okay, bud. Ready, buddy?
The reason they got that dot in the back, so when the predators come looking at them, they don't know which one's the head.
They behind us?
Yep.
These waters are as alive as any out-of-the-way fishery. It's man and nature living in harmony, and the results are many healthy species of fish. There's a large school of redfish in the area. Mike and Jim work to stay with it when the Inshore Angler continues.
Inshore Angler is brought to you by Shakespeare Fishing. Over 100 years of excellence in fishing. Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Cajun Red Lightning, get the red line. Ugly Stick, ugly to the bone.
Mike and Jim are trying to stay with the large school of reds. For Mike, waiting for reds reminds him of his youth. He's learned a lot about this type of fishing over the years. Just when they think they may have lost it, Jim gets hit.
All right, bud. Way to go, bud.
All right, get out there.
The accessibility of fishing here is tremendous, and wade fishing is everywhere. And the wade fishing here is spectacular as far as trout and redfish and jack.
There he is. Double.
There he is. All right. Got a good one.
Here, don't walk too much
I'm not-
into him,
Just trying
so we
to get
can
on
keep
the
him
sand.
here.
Blind hog found an acre.
I got a jack.
Jim Lemke is a ball to fish with, and just a guy with tremendous character.
Watch out.
He knows where all these pods of fish roam. He knows where they live, and he can keep you on the fish. And that's what makes a wade fishing trip really enjoyable.
That's a nice one.
We saw these redfish rafting, so we just jumped out of the boat, started wading to them. I mean, there must have been a half acre of them. There's some jacks mixed in here too, but majority of these are redfish. We're just trying to keep them, running them all off. There they are right there. Oh man, this is cool. Knee-deep water. Yeah, that's a big old red. Big old red. Yeah, nice red. It's amazing. Get him with him. There's one with him. Look at it. Look at that. Come here. As I travel the country fishing all these different areas, many times I'll be out wade fishing thinking about a lot of things, which is part of wade fishing and getting in the outdoors. One of the things that I ask myself a lot of times when I'm out there, as I look around these bays and flats, is how many people can fish this area. So the next time you look out your back door, look for some water. See if you can go fishing. Look at this bronze beauty now. That is a gorgeous fish. God, this is what it's all about. Knee deep. Tell you what, wade fishing, it doesn't cost a lot of money to go fishing.
For Mike and Jim, this is just like the days they experienced as kids, wading in the water, catching reds. The world has changed a lot since Mike and Jim used to wade the flats as kids, but on this day, it didn't seem to have changed that much.